Well, hello, my beautiful YouTube family. We are back at it again for part two of the Fireplace Makeover, which previously we added hardy backer through the studs, scratch coated, and added about, I think, like almost 500 pounds of rock to the actual wall. This time around, it is all about the grout, which Aaron and I learned the hard way the first round. We opted to do a charcoal, which we thought was going to be not a super light gray, but not this dark of a grout, but we kind of moved forward once we started mixing just to see what it was all about. Maybe it would dry different. We purchased some grout bags, which is essentially like almost like cake frosting bags, if you will, for grout. And we added some water to the inside of those before filling them and piping it directly into the crevices of the rock. We kind of quickly realized that this was way too dark, but we wanted to use the rest of the material just again on the off chance that it would dry different. Fun fact, it absolutely did not, but that is okay. It looks like it just looks like we did a bad job. It's made it pop too much for some reason.
Majorly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I liked how it fell in line before, but now it's like all the rocks are like on their own.
Stepping back. Yeah, exactly. It feels like everything's separated. We let it sit overnight, and the next morning it was no different. We absolutely hated it. So we moved forward with going to Home Depot and picking up some of the grout called driftwood there and moving forward with that. It's a very similar color to the Morning Mix, which we actually loved. It just has a little bit more of like a sand tone to it. We tried a thicker consistency, but it seemed that the thinner worked a little bit better to stick to the back of the scratch coat that we had done previously, and we just filled in all of the cracks. We immediately loved the change in the color. We felt like it gave depth to the rocks more so than like that black just being the permanent shadow. We actually went in, Aaron bent 2 butter knives of ours and started smoothing out the grout once it started to dry a little bit more. The more that the grout dried, it was easier to work with to get it to completely smooth. Something Aaron and I learned was that, like, do not worry about the mess. It can be cleaned up later. Don't let that stress you out through this process. And also, as the grout dries, you can kind of work it with your fingers to be smooth. And we also went in with just some dry trim paint brushes, like stiff brushes, and started to smooth it out that way. I'm so excited to be partnering up with my Maeve family again because you know that I like to give our animals here the absolute best. Maeve is the first and only human-grade protein-rich raw food for dogs made with real ingredients you can see and name just by looking at, and it's delivered right to your door. How we eat affects our mood and behavior, energy levels, cognition, and immune function, and the same goes for our dogs. Every bowl of Maeve includes human-grade, lean protein, vitamin-rich organ meat, fresh produce, and personalized supplements. Our boys have been on Maeve for quite some time now, and the things that I have noticed the biggest difference in is Blaze's joints have never been better, nor have their coats, and also their digestion has been staying on track. It is an absolute honor to be all of these animals' moms, but specifically these dudes, and I just want to make sure that they are getting the best, and I am able to do that with Maeve. You can actually head over to the link in my description box or even scan the QR code that's popping up on screen and use my code RachelMetz for 30% off your first order today. Something that we should have done from the beginning is make like smaller rock samples to test different grout colors, but we're just grateful that the second color was a perfect match and we were extremely happy with it. Something that I loved about this project was just the entire process, like even brushing this to be smooth up against rock and kind of blend in a little more makes all of the difference. So if you're doing something like this, I definitely recommend taking your time and enjoying the entire process. We actually took a second and went on a hike out in the Joshua Tree Park, which you'll see in a little bit. And then when we came back, the grout was a little bit more firm where we can go in and really kind of buff it out, if you will, and also clean the rocks to get all of the excess grout off. It is so fun to tackle something with Aaron for the first time that both he and I have never done. And we were just like stepping back, just oodling at the chaos that ensued and the outcome that was produced. It's nice to have the stone wall actually complete because I think we can start to really wrap our brain around the design of the rest of the living room, which I think our next steps are going to be some floating shelves and a record and vinyl holder, which I'm going to be back over the weekend to show you in depth. And we're kind of on track for some build videos to really wrap up this living room in completion. Aaron and I decided to celebrate our little win with this whole stonewall situation by just heading into the park and having a fireside dinner. So I hope you guys enjoy our little adventure, and I will see you this weekend for another DIY.